We drive for a couple of hours, halfway across Portugal to Folgosa, and then along the scenic shores of the Douro to Pinhao, in the heart of the wine and port estates. Here vineyards adorn the hillsides for mile after mile. It's going to be a grand day out. Hola, bon dia.
Hello, bon dia.
This is a photographer, we have a professional photographer with us.
Allegedly. David filming me filming him.
Get rid of that guy.
Sounds like we're stopping.
The Douro River has its source in northern Spain and runs 897 kilometres, that's over 500 miles, all the way down to Porto. And the Douro Valley has now become a UNESCO World Heritage Site, and not surprisingly. This is fab, isn't it? This is the life. Yeah, you can't beat it. You can do this every day.
You can let go now.
This very scenic boat trip will take us all the way to the famous DOC Riverside restaurant for lunch. We previously dined at Rui Paula's Michelin-starred restaurant on the coast in Porto a few days ago. So we're really looking forward to dining at his sister restaurant here on the Douro at Folgosa. DOC, D-O-C, is an acronym, well, translated into English, means taste, dare and communicate. And there's no doubt we're going to be daring, and we're going to taste, and we're going to communicate, and most of all, eat. Looking forward to it. And as you can see, we have some great views too, and a perfect sunny day. Blue skies, absolutely amazing. Wow, you're on film.
Big steps. No?
Obrigado.
Thank you very much. Yes. So we'll be here. So to be at Pinhao at 4, we'll have to start cruising at 3. Okay?
Okay.
You have around 2 hours.
Right, okay.
2 hours for lunch. Fantastic.
You're welcome.
Okay, muito obrigado. Yeah, fantastic. Well, that was an awesome experience, wasn't it, David?
Yeah, it was great. That was good.
Haven't done a river cruise for
I think an hour
yonks,
like that
and
is
not
fine.
spectacular. Absolutely fine. Yeah. Always wanted to come to the Douro, and now we're here, especially to go on a boat as well. Now for lunch. Obrigado.
Fried na tomate.
Oh, you don't want too much this one?
Maybe the vegetables. With celery puree. Só que não?
Okay, cheers guys. Cheers. Sword.
we are always in party in summer. So
Yeah.
wake up.
One of these huge floating apartment blocks rocks up alongside our mooring, meaning that later we have to walk through it to board our boat. Sadly, no footage of this because, well, I just ended up with walking feet. Oh, call yourself a professional photographer, Mr. Harper? Well, actually, I don't anymore. And so, after a delicious lunch and a fab boat ride back to Pinhao, we then have a short drive up to Quinta de Vallado for a wine tasting treat. Quinta de Vallado, established in 1716, is one of the oldest and most famous quintas in the Douro Valley. It once belonged to the legendary Donna Antonio Adelaide Ferreira and still belongs to her descendants. Yeah, she must have been quite a lady. En route we passed many quintas up in the hillsides and Sandeman, of course. It just happens I absolutely love port wine. Yeah. Douro. Yeah, I certainly felt that today. Been amazing, David, hasn't it? Absolutely amazing.
It's amazing, yeah. It's good. Perfect day.
Perfect weather.
People.
Sounds like 9:55 to Swindon. Okay, so right now we're waiting for a Portuguese steam train to come along the tracks. Oh yes, I didn't expect to see this in Portugal. Well, that was a bonus. Yeah, as you may know, slightly interested in steam trains. Yeah, I'm still a child, really. Fab. This is industrial wine production on a huge scale. Well, that's quite obvious, I guess. Wow. This is awesome. This is fantastic, I must say.
Left and right side. The trucks are coming down.
production on one massive scale, isn't it? Yeah, very impressive. Oh my goodness. Now that's a whole shed load of barrels.
If one doesn't slip, otherwise the whole thing will knock us all flat.
Yes.
What do you think?
That is awesome.
How many barrels?
That's
We have
incredible.
around 1,000.
1,000 barrels.
People, is it machines? To assembling the barrels.
1,000 barrels of wine and port. Whoa. That'll keep me going for a week or two. Your seats, ladies and gentlemen.
I'm driving, I've lost crackers. There's water.
During the wine tasting process, a lot of interesting information is dispensed by our host. And David, something of a wine connoisseur, is finding this utterly fascinating. We think.
Are the vintages very different, or
Very
because the
different.
weather is the same? Yeah.
The vintages at old vines and that wine always very similar, because the old vines are always the vines with the best quality that we have. 200 euros. This are the initials of António Bernardo Ferreira. That's why we call ABF.
Ah, I see.
And we decided to bottle this wine when we were celebrating 300 years old of the property Vallado in 2016. And this is a wine from 1888.
But do you keep lots of bottles for a long time? From 1900 or 1920, or you still have lots of
No,
bottles?
because the brand Vallado is very recent.
Yeah.
Exists only since 1993.
Yeah.
The first wine we bought was 1997. That one was in 2016, but was in a barrel.
It's in a barrel since 1888.
But was not from here. We bought to a small producer.
Yeah.
Wow. And that's 3,000 euros?
No, that's
The bottle? Not that. No, 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 no.
Of the original bottle that you can buy.
Oh, you get the decanter free as well?
Yes.
Oh, okay.
Do you sell any?
I sold one.
Good commission on that one then.
It was here.
Have you tasted it? It's good, yeah.
Very, very special.
Out in the vineyard, David is enthusiastically describing the grape varieties. Sadly though, I've lost the audio. The mic somehow became unplugged. And so you just have to use your imagination here and hope that David is indeed talking knowledgeably about the grape. Just time now for a few family snaps before we head home. Hello, Nigel. What a fantastic, amazing day. Brilliant.